Hi all, I'm Jack from Quilting Dreams, and today I am going to bring to you the sew sampler, and we're going to make the quilt of the quilt block for the month for the sew sampler. Now I've had this box sitting here for a couple of weeks, and I got the shipping instructions for the next box. So in line with my accountability for the year of bringing you this tutorial each month, I am here today to do that. So yes, I'm a bit late, but if you watch this in 2 years' time, you will have all of the blocks in the playlist. So I didn't want to miss this one. So we're here today to have a look at the sew sampler, and we will make the block for the Pieceful Baskets today. I did do a sneaky peek of the sew sampler when it first came out, because we get it a bit later, and I remember it looked great, but you know what, I can't remember what was in it. So let's have a look at what's in here first, and then let's create the block. I am excited about it, and at least then I'll be all caught up again, and hopefully you're all caught up as well. All right, let's get started. Okay, so by now, no doubt you've had a look in your sew sampler box, but you see here, mine's still all connected. I haven't opened it yet, so we're going to go ahead and open that now, and open up the box, and we've got all the classics, September 2024. So we're about to get the October one, and I'm still on September. But that's okay, we will get there in the end. So we'll just quickly go through what's in here, because I am sure everybody's seen this, but if you're looking at it in 2 years' time, this will be a really good replay on what was in this box in case you couldn't remember. So we have the box on the back. We have 15% off Jolly Bars, that's just for the sew sampler members. But on top of that, there is another quilt idea. The Fat Quarter Shop are doing an amazing job at this. We are getting these extra quilt ideas most months, and I must admit I'm loving them. This one here is pretty cool. So let's just pop that there and have a look at that one. I think that's pretty cute. I would be tempted to do that. So we'll just pop that aside for now. Okay, so what's in the box this month? We have some Orifil thread. It is number 2000. I actually think this is the one that Kimberly Jolly uses from memory, but I'm not 100% sure, but I would say this is the thread that she uses. Does it tell us what weight it is? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, not sure. So that's the first item. You just get a little booklet which says everything in it, and I'll have a bit of a read of that later. Oh, Creative Grids. I love these rulers. These are incredible. This is a 5.5 inch squared ruler. I believe I already have one of these, but I will definitely be adding this to my stash because I go to the Creative Grids first. I love the lines that they have on these rulers, and I like the non-slip sections of these rulers. I find these are probably the best to use. So just pop that there. I'm super excited with that one. This one here is a hot ruler. Oh, I think it's to help you do your edging, to fold over some edges. I reckon it could come in handy. Not sure when I'll use it, but I'll certainly give it a go. I do like giving everything a go that we get in the sew sampler box. It just makes me step out of my comfort zone, and I really enjoy that. So let's have a look at that one. Now we've got another two patterns here. So with every Jolly Bar, so this month there's a Jolly Bar. With every Jolly Bar you get a pattern. So this one here is Denim and Daisy, is the fabric collection, and Summer Getaway Quilt is the one that comes with the Jolly Bar. It's kind of cute. I don't mind it. It's certainly something that I think a lot of people would love to make. Then we get the quilt pattern. This is called Reflections. I do like this. I think this is a really cute quilt. I certainly would consider making this one. And it finishes at 51.5 by 66.5. So certainly a nice size quilt as well. It looks to me like you'll need a bit of extra blue, white, and this lovely colour here for the borders. So just a couple of extra bits and pieces you'll need. Then the Jolly Bar, which is Denim and Daisy from Fig Tree and Co. If we look at it this way, you can see here that it's a lot of navies, apricots, and probably going into that mustard colour. And then there's some quite light fabric in there as well. I will love working with this. This is beautiful fabric. I'm thinking of doing a collage quilt, and I can just already imagine where I can use these colours in that collage quilt. I probably won't use it in this one here. I'll probably look to using it in something a little bit different, and that's okay, because they send us this so that we get to experiment with lots of different fabrics. So very excited about that. And then we have the block. I'm just going to cover over the instructions here. We have the Pieceful Baskets block for this month, and that looks kind of cute, although it looks a little bit unfinished, but all the same, I'm still going to go ahead and make it. But so that's the one we're looking at today. So I'm going to get ready for block number 6, the Ohio Star basket block, and I'll pop. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and I've cut these, the pieces out that you need for this block. I'm using Peachy Keen by Corey Yoder, and just converting the colour scheme to use this Corey Yoder. So what we need for the first bit is we need to grab the 4 pieces that are cut from that 4.5 inch block. So the peach would be the navy in the Pieceful Baskets block, and the grey would be that light tone that they've got in the Pieceful Baskets block, not box. So the first step we're going to do is we are going to piece together this, and we're going to do both of those. So I'm going to go ahead, same here, piece these together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go right sides together, piece, piece, and then I'm going to put them both together. So I'll drop back once I've got the 2 halves, and then we can show you how I connect those together, because we're going to do the nesting seams. Okay, so you should have blocks that look like this. Now the next step is we're going to join these together. So the best way to do this is I've ironed to the dark side, and then I'm just going to nest those seams. So if you just pop those together, you can feel that connection. Once you've got that, make sure you feel it all the way down so that it stays aligned and it's straight at the top there, and pop a pin in. Now you could put pins in at the ends just to make sure, and just pop one there and one here, and that way you'd make sure that everything is going to stay nice and secure. So I'm going to go ahead, let's stitch 1/4 inch back from this seam, and I'll be back. Okay, so what you'll have now is a block that looks like this. What you'll need to do is square that down to the size that it says in the pattern. I used for this one just a local from our local fabric shop. It's a 4.5 by 4.5 inch. I'm sure I've got another one there, but this is the first one that I pulled out. And when I'm lining it up, I make sure that I have the this line that goes across the ruler on the sew line. That's really important, because what you want to do is make sure, while I'm here, you just want to make sure that you're getting this as square as possible, and the best way to do that is to use the lines that you have on the ruler to help you do that. So I've done that again, matched that up with the sew line, and I've used the ruler lines for the 3.5, and then I'm just trimming off those edge bits. and that's the size that you will get, and that's both of them done there. So that's what you should end up with, is 2 blocks that 2 hourglass blocks, and we're just going to pop those aside for now. Okay, so what you'll need to do next is you'll need to grab these 2 lots of fabric. On the grey fabrics on the wrong side, you'll need to do a diagonal line. I use the friction pen for that. Grab your ruler, pop it down from diagonal to diagonal and mark that line. Once you've done that, do make sure you do the other one so that you've got them both marked up, and just pop that ruler away. What we're going to do then is we're going to go right sides together with both of them. So you'll need your other coordinating fabric that it asks for in the pattern, and we are going to sew 1/4 inch either side of the marked line. I'm going to go ahead and I'll be back. Okay, once you've got your lines, you've stitched down each side, so I'll just bring that up. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but you can see I've stitched either side of that line. Grab your ruler and your rotary cutter from corner to corner and cut on your marked line, and that will give you 2 pieces here, and then go ahead and do that on your other one. And then the next step you're going to do is iron this. Now I just iron to one side, and I always try and iron to the dark side where possible. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so what you'll end up with is 2 squares that look like this, and then what you'll need to do is cut those down, and when you cut those down they will look like this. So you'll need to do that with both lots, and get those ones cut down. So the next step that we're going to do is the pinwheel step, and essentially what we've got here is a half square triangle here, and then we've got extra pieces here. So what we'll need to do is I will stitch the middle here, get that one on, then I'll stitch the 2 outside ones. Once I've done that, I'll then grab the other piece that I need, which is this one, and we'll use half of this to create this block. So this probably looks a bit confusing, so we'll do it step by step. I'm firstly going to do this side here, and then I'll come back, and then we'll look at how we attach this one. Okay, so what you'll have is this here. So if we look at it, this is the way that it goes. We've got the grey, peach, and then if we grab green fabric, which that would be it's green on the using the fabric that came with the kit, and we're going to mark on here. I'm just going to do this just to help guide me. I'm just going to pop a line on there. Then I'm going to go right sides together and pop that up into that top corner, turn that over, and what we would be doing is we're going to sew 1/4 inch, which should then allow us to get into this connecting seam here, and give us that lovely point of all the 4 pieces, so we can get that square looking just beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch 1/4 inch on this side, just so that we can get that beautiful intersection. One thing you could do with this one, just to help stabilize, is pop a pin in the top, in both sides here, just to help stabilize it. Let's just do that here as well. And perfecto. I'm going to go ahead and sew that. I'm going to iron it, and I'll square it up and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is our block finished, and you can see here by doing what we've done is you get these lovely connection here, so it looks like those points are really nice and sharp, and that's really what we're aiming for. I've gone ahead and squared that block up, so we're ready to start the assembly. So we're going to leave that block there. We're going to add this one in here. We're going to add this one in here. I'm just going to grab the rest of the blocks, which I'm struggling to find at this very minute. I must have one missing. Hold on a minute, I will be back. Okay, so I cut one piece short and I've now popped that in. This is the first section that we're going to put together. So what I'll do is I'll piece each one in a row, and then I'll piece the rows together. I'll then add this bottom piece on, and then lastly I'll put this side piece on, square that up, and I will be back to show you what that looks like. Okay, so your block should be starting to look like this. So this is the part, I guess, what's in the basket, and now we're just building out the rest of the basket. So we're going to go ahead and just do this next step. So we want to make sure we've got our two pieces here. We are going to draw a diagonal line across this one, the light one. You can do it across the dark, it doesn't matter. We're going to go right sides together, and I did check before, but when we're using these white on whites, you want to make sure that you are marking on the wrong side. We're going to go right sides together, and we're going to stitch 1/4 inch either side of that line. We'll then trim down the marked line and iron it to the dark side. You can iron it open. I prefer to iron to the dark side, especially if it helps me nest those seams later. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've finished these two little half square triangles, and I've squared them down, and we're just gonna pop them in now at each end. Let's make sure we get it right. So that will go like that, so then it will join up like that. So I've now added in all the pieces that we need to. We're going to assemble these rows, each row, and then we'll start adding it and building up our basket. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assemble each row, and then I'm going to start building onto the basket. So we're going to go from the side, top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so we have our block. We've added in these two extra strips there, and don't they look beautiful? I love this gingham look. I think it really looks sweet, and it's really quite picnicky, which is absolutely adorable. So the next step for us is we're going to pop that aside. We're going to get out the big white pieces that we've got, and let's just make sure we've got them right sides up, and then we can turn them over as we need. We've got this smaller block here, piece here. What we're going to do is we're going to go diagonal to diagonal with this one and place that in the corner. Now that is going to go across here. Actually, no, I lie. Sorry, I knew that was wrong. That's going to go this way. We're going to stitch on that line, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I've just gone ahead. I stitched on the line. I then marked 1/4 inch from the sew line, and I've trimmed that off and ironed to the dark side. What we're going to do now is put the block on the diagonal. We'll need a larger ruler for this, and we're going to go diagonal to diagonal there and trim that straight across. We're also then going to grab our other one, whoops, and do exactly the same. We're going to go from corner to corner, diagonal to diagonal, and straight across. What we'll do now is we're going to pull out our block, and we're going to go ahead and place the two white ones at the top. Oh, let me just put this so it's a bit more square. And then we're going to put these ones at the bottom. You want to make sure that this here is sitting, because it's I guess it looks like it's sitting, the basket is sitting on something, or it's sitting on the ground, but it gives that real nice basket look. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put this one, and this one on, and then these two on. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to show you this beautiful finished block as soon as it's done. Okay, so that is the finished block. How beautiful does that look? I love it. Mystery. I still have these two pieces that I have not put in here, and it doesn't look like I need them. So I'm not really sure what I've done wrong, but I certainly did something wrong because I haven't used those two pieces. So if you can tell me what I've done wrong, by all means, please let me know. If not, I think maybe they might have been something that didn't need to go into the pattern. Thank you so much for joining me on today's tutorial. I know it's quite late, but I do think that this is an absolutely gorgeous blocks that we're creating each month with the Sew Sampler box. I love getting the Sew Sampler box. I think that it's incredible. I have a full playlist of the full 6 blocks. If you would like to watch any of them, by all means, please go ahead. They're all there. I'll continue to make each of these blocks each month until we finish this one. This is my commitment that I made at the start when I started doing these, because I wanted to finish this one. If you saw one of my other videos, I have a lot of work in progress activities. Projects, I should say. And this one here, I am committed to making sure that I have each block completed before the next Sew Sampler box comes. It's just, you know, and I think using the Peachy Keen fabric from Corey Yoder has just, it's definitely something totally different, but it seems to work, and I think it gives it that real country type, you know, feel. I'm taking my basket and we're going for a picnic, and I just love it. Have a lovely day, keep crafting, and bye for now.